The Dallas Mavericks are suing the Dallas Stars in a dispute over the American Airlines Center. Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. The tensions appear to have erupted over a disagreement over renovations at the American Airlines Center. In the legal filing, the Mavericks reveal they took steps to take full control of the arena. Over the past few months, both teams have hinted about wanting new arenas. Both are under contract to play at the AAC through 2031. Fox 4's Vanya Castillo is here to explain the legal filing and how it could affect the future of the arena. Vanya.
Yeah, well, both teams have pitted themselves against each other, both of them calling Dallas home, but it seems like home life isn't going that great after the Mavs filed a lawsuit against the Stars today.
I mean, this really, at this point, there's nothing that anybody can really do to change it as a fan. All we can do is kind of sit back and enjoy both teams while they're here.
It's the Dallas Mavericks versus the Dallas Stars, but this game isn't being played in the arena. It's being fought out in court.
It's such a new development. It's kind of hard for us to really say exactly what's going to happen in the lawsuit.
The two teams have shared the American Airlines Center since it opened in 2001. Each owned half of the companies that run the arena, splitting revenue from concerts, games, and events. But in a new lawsuit filed in Texas business courts, the Mavericks say the Stars breached the contract when the team moved its headquarters to Frisco. The Mavericks say the breach allowed them to buy the Stars out last October, making the Mavs sole owners of the arena companies. Walter Musgroves is an attorney and sports agent not involved in the case.
There definitely was some grounds that the Mavericks believed entitled him to acquire those shares of that type of control for what we all would consider to be a fairly small amount of money.
But the Stars' move to the Frisco headquarters happened back in 2003. The Mavericks lawsuit shows the team took steps to enforce the contract last October after the Mavs say the Stars backed out of needed renovations at the arena. But the Mavericks say even after buying the Stars out, the Stars have refused to acknowledge the change in control.
The Mavericks are saying, hey, like you by your alleged failure to participate in sharing the costs and responsibilities for these needed renovations, you are putting us in jeopardy because now we have to spend more money and carry more of the load for these much needed renovations that of a facility that you too participate in.
The Mavericks say the Stars were, quote, holding the arena hostage, and now the city of Dallas is siding with the Mavericks. In a letter earlier this month cited in the lawsuit, the city formally declared the Stars in breach of their franchise agreement for moving their headquarters out of Dallas.
The city of Dallas, of course, has an interest to have these two major sports teams conduct their business in the city of Dallas because, of course, that brings jobs, revenue to the city, revenue to the other businesses that are around the arena. So they definitely have an interest in ensuring that both those teams remain here in Dallas and host their games as well as their headquarters here in the city.
Now, we did reach out to the Stars to try to get their side of the story, but they did not get back to us in time for this report. Now, both teams' leases are up at the AAC by the end of 2031. Now, both have indicated that they are looking for a new place to call home. Back to you.
All right, Vanya Castillo, thank you.